It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, and we're ready to do this as always. Give you your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. Brett, how you feel, dog? How you feel? How you feel? We got beautiful weather. How you feel?
Well, you know, the weather is somewhat beautiful, I guess.
It's in and out. It's in and out. I love that.
Yeah, but no, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. You know, we had a good time in Orlando, Florida the other day. I love being able to go down there and see NXT live and in person. I know you always say you had the best seat in the house. I actually want to challenge that. I think I had the best seat in the house because I was a little elevated. I could see all the action. I was still the front row. I saw everybody. I have a question, actually. Do you got heat in the locker room with the girls on the roster? Because every women's match came over to the table for the most part when I was there that evening. And I felt like they were aiming for that can of Rockstar. And eventually somebody got it. Somebody hit that can of Rockstar eventually, but I just wonder if you had heat or something.
No, man, I ain't got no heat, man. It's action-packed, man. That's what I love. Like I say, that's why I say I got the best seat in the house because the action is up close and personal, man. So, no, I love it, man. And like you say, man, when you come there, you can feel it. You can feel it. Inside that arena is something special to watch these young guys grow up that way. I can only wish that I could have had that kind of experience growing up in the business. You know, I mean, it's a great system for these young guys to actually be able to springboard. And right now, getting ready to go to CW here in a few months to come later this year. It's going to be so much bigger for these young guys, so much more of an exposure perspective, so much more of an experience. And I'm loving it. Like I say, I'm living my best life right now, being a part of the NXT crew. I really am.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed myself down at NXT. And there's something, look, when you see wrestling in a stadium or in an arena, it's a spectacle. There's no doubt about it. The energy of having 10 to 15 to 20,000 people, up to 75,000 people, you can't match it. But there is something about having that home base studio wrestling crowd, the way we do it at Reality Wrestling, the way they do it at NXT. There's something magical about it from this perspective, because I want to put over the NXT universe, because what y'all don't see a lot on television are the in-betweens, what the crowd is doing. All of a sudden, it's quiet. Maybe they're setting up for the next match or for the next spot or whatever. And then all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, hell, King." The whole crowd does it, right? Or Jada Parker comes out and they're going, "Hey, Miss Parker." And
yeah.
And it's such a vibe. And you could tell everybody who goes to the NXT crowd, again, shout out to every single one of you. Everyone's engaged. They know every story. They know every character. They are looking forward to every match. There's nobody checking their phone. They're in
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah, no, they're like that every week too. That's what's crazy, man. They're like that. I mean, for the last, year and few months that I've been there, they've been like that every week. And it would seem like it would, peel off just a bit. But I swear, man, it seems like that energy is in that arena every. And the thing is, we've had, like last year we had a wave, leave, the young guys because they got drafted. And I think, man, what are we going to do now? That's what I was thinking. What are we going to do now? And then now we got another wave that just left. And I'm like, man, what are we going to do? We, just get guys, just pick, your left and right. But that energy and the guys seem to step up every time, man, and it seems to just keep rolling on. And that's what's so cool about having an abundance of talent out there around the world, trying to get to that next level. A plethora of guys and girls that's chomping at the bit. Trying to get some shine, man. And like I say, that television time is worth its weight in gold. It truly, truly is what you do with it. Like this kid, Javon Evans, right now, he's making the most of his time in the ring. That time is definitely worth his weight in gold. I've talked to him about that, So for me, like I say, having that seat, watching these young guys, having that NXT experience, which is so much like the reality of wrestling experience, is so freaking awesome, I must say.
No, and Javon Evans is one of those guys, the young OG. I thought he really shines out. Man, you would think it was Road Warrior 89 when Trick Williams walks into the NXT arena, man. They love them some Trick Williams, as everybody does. But I'm just saying, like, man, they such electric personality. But I'll tell you, and I've said it on this show before, and I talked to you about it on the show, the act that's most over with me on NXT, the one I like the most, Metaphor, baby. I love the Metaphor. I like the entrance. I like the gimmick. I like the costumes. I like the work. I like the promo. I like it all.
Yeah. Lash has grown, man. As a performer, she's grown so much in-ring performer, and I've always had my eye on Noam Dar as being one of the guys that really know how to go out and perform at another level. He's a special talent, and a lot of people, with Noam, it's like the wind, you can feel it, but you can't touch it. That's Noam Dar. He's just that good as a performer. So, and then, my main man Menza, you know, and let's not forget Jakara, who definitely gives a bright light to Metaphor, baby. Oh yeah, did you feel that? Did you feel that? I do that with Vic on a regular basis, and he go, "What are you talking?" It was a metaphor.
Yeah, they were great, man. I just like the entrance. I like everything about them. And Lash Legend had a really fly WCW jacket on. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Love the WCW throwback. Still showing love 20 plus years later.
Amen. So Trick Williams, he gave a shout out to me. As far as being one of the guys that mentor him. Since I've been there, I'm always trying to give him a little bit of advice. As far as what it's going to take to make it to that next level, but not just get to that next level, but staying at that next level. I'm talking about crashing that glass ceiling. Guy like Trick Williams being so young in the business and having that meteoric rise right now definitely tells you, he's got his head on his shoulders. He's doing the small things that I talk about all the time. Let's just go out there and know how to beat somebody up poetically. We can make some money, kid, because he checks off every box. He passes that airport test. When you look at someone like Trick Williams walking by, you got to say, man, who's that dude, man? He's got to be somebody. And yes, he's the NXT champion.
He's that man.
He's doing a hell of a job, man. He is. Oh yeah, man. He's doing a hell of a job, man. Big project.
Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoy my time down at NXT, and I want to give a big shout out to Vic Joseph, Blake Howard, for taking time to chat with me a little bit about certain things, and just everybody. The what's my man's name? Cameron. Cameron over there at NXT made sure to hook me up with a great spot. Shout out to you, Cameron. Great to meet you, man. So I had a great time down there. And if you've never been to an NXT show and you're in the Orlando, Florida area, you're really missing out. It's quite the scene.
It is. It's a dynamic show. It really is a dynamic. It's put together from top to bottom, and it's a 2-hour show. But that 2 hours, like, it goes by like so fast.
Very fast.
I'm serious. That 2 hours goes by like boom, like that. Just because it's so fluid, everything's moving. You know, you know. I remember Vince Russo. I mean, I don't really want to give Vince Russo any props or anything like that. but like I say, I always had, you know, never had anything bad to say about Vince Russo. But I remember Vince talking about Crash TV as far as everything's always moving. This is kind of like Crash TV, I think. Everything's moving, but in a different way than, you know, the way it was written back then, as far as just car crashes, you know, guys having matches, you know, storylines. You know what I mean? The storylines actually feel a certain way. The matches actually feel a certain way. The build-up actually feel a certain way, leading to the, you know, battleground. You know, everything feels a certain way with NXT, and it feels that way every month leading. And just because it seems like every show has a theme, every show, you know. And I tell you what, we've learned a lot at reality wrestling.
We sure have.
You know, being able to piggyback and see how the machine actually put it together. It's definitely something that has helped us tremendously. And trust me, reality wrestling, we got big things popping, little things stopping, coming up next month on the 8th. So guys, June 8th, make sure you guys get your tickets for reality wrestling. Do it now. I do it for you. Because the tickets going fast, man. They're going like hotcakes. We got to take a break, guys. We got to take a quick break. Stick around, y'all. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Just talking sports and everything entertainment. Hey, big fight going down June 15th. And what's the beautiful part about this, guys? It's going to be held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We haven't been I had a fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in quite some time, so I'm excited to get back to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Frank the Ghost Martin going one-on-one, toe-to-toe against Gervonta Tank Davis. I cannot wait for that fight, as well as David Benavidez is going to be on that card right there. And that dude, everybody calls David Benavidez the boogeyman. And I know a little something about the boogeyman.
You do.
You don't want to mess with the boogeyman. So I'm so looking forward to that fight going down June 15th, MGM Grand Garden Arena. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot in there.
It's going to be a big fight. You know, there's several big fights on the horizon, really, in the world of combat sports, pro wrestling, and boxing. You want to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis versus the Ghost. You want to also talk about Conor McGregor taking on Michael Chandler, and Saudi Arabia, King and Queen of the Ring. You're going to have Cody Rhodes taking on Logan Paul. That's actually a really interesting matchup that I'm looking forward to. I mean, there are a lot of big combat sports going down, and of course, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, man, and that thing's just heating up. Is heating up big time. Mike Tyson, I was just reading. He was talking about how they're not going to be friends in the ring. What's your take on that, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight? Because we found out it's going to be 2-minute rounds, 8 rounds, and may the best man. It's going to be sanctioned. It's going to go on their record. So what do you think about this? I don't even know. Should we call? I don't want to. I don't even want to call it a fight. Really, you know what I mean? I'm serious.
Well, it's a fight.
Say what?
It's a fight. It's 100% a fight. There's no way it's not a fight. But here, so this to answer your question, I thought about this, and I keep coming back with the two schools of thought on it. One of them is I love Mike Tyson. Like Mike Tyson's an icon of the 80s and 90s. And growing up, I didn't get to grow up in the era of Ali, where Ali was still fighting regularly. But I remember Mike Tyson fighting even at a young kid. I mean, there was no one who walked the halls of Edgar Allan Poe Elementary who didn't think about the Mike Tyson biting Holyfield's ear off and not knowing who he was immediately, right? And then when he was a part of the WWF and WrestleMania 14 and joined DX and then turned on him, I watched that videotape from Blockbuster and wore it out. So Mike Tyson's an icon. We got to meet him in Las Vegas. Or I got to meet him for the first time. So my heart wants to see Mike go out there and just do it one more time, do it like he's supposed to do it. And could he do it against somebody like Deontay Wilder or Luis King Kong Ortiz or Tyson Fury or anybody, or Anthony Joshua or Andy Ruiz, anybody at the top rungs in the heavyweight division in pro boxing? No, there's absolutely no chance. He's almost 60 years old. But do I feel like there's a sliver of hope against a YouTuber who, to his credit, has a lot of talent and is a big guy. Didn't realize how much bigger he was than Mike until they were standing nose to nose. Who packs a punch, who we know has got some skill. Do I feel like he's the best opportunity for Mike Tyson to go out there and relive his glory days? I do. So my heart wants Mike to go out there and get the job done. My head tells me there's a 27-year-old man fighting a 58-year-old man.
Yeah.
That's what my head tells me. And what happened in the 80s and 90s is irrelevant in a lot of ways because your body is so much different I'm 31. It's different than it was at 21. You know what I mean? Like that's just a 10-year gap, not a 30-year gap. And I can't imagine, being able to be successful at that. But at the same time, if anyone can do it, isn't it Iron Mike?
Yeah, you know what? If it's anyone that could do it, it's Iron Mike. That's what we want to believe. That's what we hope. Wait a minute, no, that you hope.
I hope.
Let me rephrase that. That's what we wish. Okay, we wish Mike Tyson can turn back the clock and go out there and throw them hands just one more time, just like he did it, back in the day. You know what I mean? The Mike Tyson of old. Of course, that's what we want to see. But I'm gonna ask you a question here real quick.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Kevin McBride?
Kevin McBride, yes, right. He was a fighter, right?
Yeah. He was a fighter. You know who he beat?
Who'd he beat? Tell me.
Mike Tyson.
Iron Mike?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Danny Williams?
Only because we recently had this conversation.
What have you ever heard of Clifford the ATN?
He's not somebody who's relevant in my daily vernacular.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Because these are all people that beat Mike, is what you're saying?
Well, Clifford, actually, he beat Clifford, but I'm just saying, I was just wondering, have you ever heard of these guys? You heard of Lennox Lewis, show, right?
Of course, Lennox. He lost to Lennox.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
you heard of Lou Savarese.
Lou Savarese. I mean, Big Louie, good friend of mine, Big Louie.
I like Lou.
I mean,
I work want to lose shows. But
exactly.
my thing is this. Look,
My thing is this. Mike Tyson, I think, is going to be like at the night of the fight. I think Mike's going to be like 59 or something like that.
I think he's 58 the night of the fight.
He's 58 now.
Oh, he's 58 now. Then he'll be 59.
He'll be 59 night of the fight. I'm 59. Okay. Sometimes at 59, you wake up, you know, and your knee might just be aching. The day before you was fine. You know what I mean? You was out playing basketball or whatever, you know, or maybe not basketball, pickleball. You know what I mean? Something where you can get around because the ball is a little slower. You know, shoulder. You know, you wake up just because you slept the wrong way. Your shoulder's out. You got to get a doctor's appointment. That kind of stuff. You know, that's what happens at 59. I was just talking to you about being 59 years old. How I walked out of a restaurant, a chain. And, I've been on the road. I'm tired. I've been on the road, you know, a few days now. It's midnight. I'm walking out of this certain restaurant, and I accidentally step into a little crack, and next thing you know, boom, I'm down. I'm down on the ground, just like Mike could be, just from the apron. You know, he might get caught on the canvas. You know, just because you're trying to move and you think your feet are higher than they actually are. You sliding, but you think you're moving like you once was. But I find myself looking up at the stars. How the hell did I get here? I'm serious. And I get up and I look around. Nobody's around. And thank God nobody saw that. Hopefully somebody saw it. Somebody
had to get it. I wish they had the cell phone.
I'm sure somebody saw it. You know. So my thing is, it sounds very, very entertaining. It sounds like you can, Mike Tyson can go back and turn back the clock for a second. But I talked to you about doing a drop kick in a match not too long ago, and it was, a few minutes into the match, and I said, man, throw that drop kick out. We're not doing that because I know how I'm going to look. I know I'm not going to be able to do it. I know I'm not. And I love Mike Tyson. And if Mike Tyson go out and do it, damn it, if the odds are good enough, I might put a little wage on Mike. I'm just saying, because anything can happen in a fight, but it's going to be so hard at 59 years old, even though it's only going to be 2-minute rounds, to go out there and sustain. I'm talking about that fire over a period of time. It's just going to be so hard for someone 59 years old, and it's no way you can recreate having the real fight other than having the real fight. I don't care. It's just like getting hurt in the wrestling business. You go get on the treadmill and you think, man, I've been on the treadmill for the last, 8 weeks. I'm going 30 minutes a day. And then you get in a wrestling ring and 10 minutes, you about to die, wondering what the hell did all of that treadmill work? What was that for? I'm serious. So real time for Mike Tyson, that's what I fear more than anything.
Well, there's only one way that we can ever know. Like you said, you can't simulate this fight. You actually have to have it. Now, the question is, the 2-minute rounds, yes, they help. The 10-ounce gloves, yes, they help. Those things help Mike Tyson more than they hurt him, I would imagine. But for Jake, is this a win? Say Jake gets the win. Is this a win you gloat about? Is this one like, I beat Iron Mike Tyson, and this is like the biggest moment of your life? Because his brother Logan went the distance with Floyd.
Come on. Come on, Brad. To have something like that on your resume,
sure,
that you beat Mike Tyson in a boxing match, and then, God forbid, to say I knocked Mike Tyson out in a boxing match. Come on, man. That's something that I really hope not to see ever. And we got a good chance of seeing it. We got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everybody, Brad Gilmore here with the one and only Booker T, and today we're not just talking about wrestling, we're talking about something that's changed the game for both of us personally, and that's Mando whole body deodorant.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. You know, the most valuable thing in the world could be that #1 draft pick or home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But you know what's second? Time.
Absolutely, Book. And let me tell you, managing body odor, that used to eat up a lot of time. Always worrying about it, especially around midday, but not anymore since we started using Mando.
Yeah, but tell them why, Brad.
Well, Mando isn't like those other deodorants that just mask the odor with heavy fragrances. Mando stops odor at the source. It blocks bacteria on your skin from breaking down sweat, which, by the way, is what really causes that BO.
And it's clinically proven to control that odor for up to 72 hours. Now that's long lasting, man.
It really frees up so much time since switching to Mando. I've even perfected my half-court shot, believe it or not.
Man, that's awesome. And let me add, I've been using Mando everywhere. Pits, rondos, and even those stinky crevices. We all got. It's aluminum-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, and vegan. Designed by a doctor who knew what was up about body odor, man.
And for our listeners, we got something special. New customers can get $5 off the Mando starter pack. That's over 40% off. Just use our code BOOKER at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com.
Use shopmando.com. Check out their starter pack. Brad and I would not steer you wrong.
With Mando, you're really taking care of your body odor anywhere and everywhere. Give it a try and let us know what you think.
All right, now back to wrestling. But remember, control your body odor anywhere, anytime with Mando, and save big with the promo code Booker at shopmando.com. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Shoop. Let me give a shoop in there, man. I haven't given a shoop shout out in a long time. So definitely had to get this ship in there. But we're talking about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, AT&T Stadium, Saturday, July 2024, man. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. My thing is this, man. If Mike Tyson go out there and get knocked out, it's going to be a bad, bad day for boxing. It's going to be a bad, bad day for the history of the historic legacy of Mike Tyson. It really would be. That's why I feel like a certain, I'm not going to, I don't want to, throw the, like everybody say, oh man, it's a work, you know what I mean? That's what people want to say. I'm of the sense to where I don't know if it's going to be a work or not, but I do feel like this fight is going to be somewhat of a show. Let's just say that.
Well, there's definitely going to be pageantry and pomp and circumstance when it comes to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson in Dallas, Texas. But here's the interesting thing, because I feel like this is a battle of generations, right? Both literally and from the fandom. Because when I talk to a lot of people who are of my age and older, they're like, oh man, Mike's going to dust him. Mike's going to dust him. Mike's going to dust him, right? And then when you talk to people who are either one, a little bit more plugged in, or two, on the younger side, everyone's like, oh man, Jake's going to get Mike Tyson's old, what out of here. And what's interesting is Jake Paul, according to BetMGM, is the favorite to win the fight. Mike Tyson is not the favorite. Now it's close. I believe Jake Paul, let me pull this up again. Jake Paul is minus 145. Mike Tyson's plus 150. So it's close. It's a virtual draw, but they still giving the edge to Jake Paul, more active fighter, younger fighter, things of that nature.
Of course.
Now, here's an interesting money-making opportunity. Now, what was the result, if you remember, of Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson?
Well, they call it a draw.
They called it a draw.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. They called it a draw.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is conceivable. Don't you think it's conceivable that there might be a draw clause worked in there somewhere?
Well, in that fight, it was non-sanctioned, so it had to be a draw no matter who won, unless it was a knockout.
Official winner, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Because
So I think that was the stipulation in that fight.
It's really weird things. I think a lot of people don't realize when it's an exhibition, there are these small things that are rules. Like one of the rules that always trips me out in an exhibition fight, the ring announcer
can't make the final call in the ring. You have to be on the stage in an exhibition. And it's just a strange rule. I don't understand the point of that, really. But I know this is a sanctioned fight. What I'm saying, though, is a draw right now, according to BetMGM, is plus 800. So you have your biggest money-making opportunity at this being a draw. Now, the draw is really the only way either one of these men walk out of AT&T Stadium really with nothing lost. Made a lot of money, had a lot in the fight. Both of them, boom, it's a draw. Hey, I went the distance with Mike Tyson. Hey, I went the distance with the young buck. We all wash our hands clean of the event. Now, the fans might not be the most thrilled by a draw, but draws do happen in boxing. We've seen them in headline fights. Draws happen in boxing.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you're looking to make a little bit of money, $50 wins you 400, right? I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah. But how do we make that happen?
What do you mean? How we make a draw happen?
Yeah. How do we make that happen?
Well, how many rounds are there?
Of course, this is boxing,
right?
And it really doesn't matter, what the fight looked like a lot of times, But I just feel like even though it's only going to be 2-minute rounds, I feel like eight rounds is, it's not that long. I mean, of course, yeah. I think Mike can, get through this fight and not look too bad. I tell you, man, I'm talking with my heart right now. I'm speaking with my heart because I want Mike Tyson to go out and do well. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, at that age, it's gonna be an uphill battle for Mike. I'm just gonna say it. It's gonna be an uphill battle for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson pulled this off. Damn it, he's gonna be more man than I ever thought he was. I'm serious. If Mike Tyson don't get knocked out by Jake Paul, I've said it. I feel like Jake Paul has the ability, the wherewithal to be able to go out and move for 3 rounds, alone, just to stay away from Mike Tyson and just to poke at Mike Tyson, to not get hit with a big shot for 3 rounds, just to tire Mike Tyson out, to put him in position. I really feel like something like that could happen in a fight like this, just because it's going to be hard for Mike Tyson to stay on the gas pedal, just like we've been seeing in the videos. We've seen the videos. You've seen the videos. Mike Tyson looks great in the videos. That's a lot. It's a lot. Do that for 2 minutes. You do it for 2 minutes and see what happens.
But look, he doesn't need to be as great as he once was.
I know those.
He just needs to be
great once.
I got
it. I get that. But it's going to be an uphill battle because I put myself in that position. Just say, for instance, I got to go out and fight somebody right now at 59.
Right.
Can I do it? Oh, man, yeah, I could do it. But the question is, the question is how long I could do it. Like I said, I mean, and me personally, if I get into a fight with somebody, on the street or wherever, I'm hoping somebody pull us apart and stop it quick. Because I don't want to blow up, so I think that's what Mike Tyson is going to be battling more than Jake Paul. Mike Tyson is going to be battling Father Time.
Yeah.
I really truly believe that. Getting Mike Tyson overcoming. Yeah, the only person that Jake Paul has lost to has been Fury. Who is truly a boxer, a real boxer. Mike Tyson is a real boxer. A lot of times, in situations like this, Mike Tyson may have forgotten more than Jake Paul will ever learn. That's the old saying. We've seen the Rocky movie, Power is the last thing to go. We've seen that.
Let's build some hurting bombs.
And we hoping, no. We wish it. That's what happened in July.
We're going to find out in July. Eight 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves. I said 10 earlier. I meant to say 14-ounce gloves. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But let's go from one Paul brother to the other, because we did have a super chat that came in here that's interesting from Cali Toenail. Cali Toenail says they hinted at it, but nothing official. Do you think we'll get title for title, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul
If so, Cody's win doesn't, if so, does Cody's win that he doesn't need it only for a Grand Slam? So I think what Callie's trying to say is if Cody wins the U.S. championship, he does become a Grand Slam champion. I just hope they do this like it's a champion versus champion match, but titles aren't on the line because it does no service for Cody Rhodes. Cody's not going under.
Well,
and it does no service for him
I feel like Cody's title should be on the line.
You want Cody's just on the line?
Yes.
That I'm fine with too.
Yeah, I think Cody's title should just be on the line. I mean, me personally, you know me, I'm not off into, one guy having 2 titles, even though, I've been double champ before and it felt good. It felt
You actually were the world heavyweight champion and United States champion.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It felt really, really good. But no, I'm not one to, take that route as far as one guy having two titles. In a matchup like this, I feel like the champions, the big title, Cody Rhodes' title should be on the line in this matchup just to make it a little bit more intriguing.
But can I say this, though? I really like that match on paper. I like Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul on paper.
I'm going to tell you right now, man, I really feel like, Cody's, he's smart, man. He's smart. Logan Paul, he's a guy that has shown that he can go out and do it under the bright lights, under the biggest stages. He's shown that he can go out and perform. With Cody Rhodes together, those guys can go out there and create some beautiful magic. Cody's a pro. He's going to know exactly how to put Logan in the best positions. There again, Logan's seems to be smart enough to go out and perform at a very, very high level. And sometimes it's like that deja vu effect. It seems like he's been here once before. You know what I mean? So I just give that kid a lot of props because I haven't seen one like him come along before. Seriously.
No, he's a unique talent. Very unique talent. Both these guys are. Both these guys are really. Logan has been given the benefit of 6 weeks to prepare his matches. I'm kidding. He's been given the benefit of having time to learn with the best in the business at a very high level, very quick. When you come in and your first match is against Rey Mysterio, and then you work The Miz, and then you work Seth Rollins, and then you work Roman Reigns, you got to get good quick.
On the job training, man. On the job training, but you got to get good quick if you one of those guys that can retain it. Like I say, Logan Paul is not someone from this business, but it seems like when I first got into it, it seems like I had been there once before. When I watched this kid, from a timing perspective, from knowing how to go out and perform on both ends, I hate to talk wrestling talk, interesting talk. He's that damn good. I give him big props. Is that it, man? We got to get up out of here.
We got one more.
Okay, man. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey there, beach babes and beach bros. Are you ready to soak up the summer vibes and strut out with your ultimate beach bod? Well, good news, because our friends over at Manscaped have got you covered from head to toe.
Oh, yeah, Brad. We're talking about the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the all-in-one grooming kit that's a total game changer for your summer look, man. With Manscaped, you're not just grooming, you're unlocking confidence you need to turn heads this beach season. Oh, yes.
That's right, Booker. And we're talking 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And because you're listening to us, you get a special deal. 20% off plus free shipping with the code BOOKER at manscaped.com. Let's make this summer your smoothest one yet.
Man, let me tell you about the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This bad boy got a summer makeover. It's waterproof, perfect for those splashy pool parties and beach hangouts. And don't get me started with the Weed Whacker 2.0 for those pesky nose and ear hairs.
Oh, and after you trim, you've got to try the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion. Say goodbye to chafing and hello to comfort all day long. Plus, the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, absolute must-have for those hot, sunny days.
Hey, and don't forget, every purchase comes with a little extra free Boxers 2.0 Midnight Bravo. Talk about comfort and style that fits like a dream. You're gonna love it, I guarantee.
So what are you waiting for? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BOOKER at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code BOOKER.
Yeah, the summer sun is here to stay, so trust Manscaped and keep you looking and feeling cool.
Jump on this deal, y'all, and stay groomed this summer with Manscaped. Your beach bod deserves the best.
Ship. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. You know what? I should have worn one of the Ship shirts, but I got that chew it and do it on today. Chew it and do it. Making sure I represent. Yeah. Doing it like it's supposed to be done. But Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes. I'm looking forward to that match as well. Cody's on a roll. And it's something I think we should touch on. Should touch on. It was a Hall of Famer said that Cody Rhodes perhaps seemed to be losing interest with the people. Do you feel that way?
No. If anything, I feel like he's continuing to gain steam week over week.
You know what?
He and AJ Styles just put on maybe the match of the year.
Yeah.
So far.
That's my thing.
Who said that?
I just said it. One of the Hall of Famers. But my thing is, when you look at a performer, I guess if he's not coming out and I don't know, popping the crowd from a perspective, running around doing something else. I always felt like less was more. Less made you feel like a champion a whole lot more. Cody doesn't seem like he's oversaturated right now. It doesn't seem that way. It seems like he's on the show sporadically, but then he's working. The matches that he's working, high caliber matches. It don't get any bigger than working with AJ Styles to go out and to perform at that level, to be in a high profile angle with somebody like Logan Paul, who's not just captivated the wrestling world, but the YouTube world. I mean, the kid he's blown up. He's totally in his own world, and then to be able to go out and perform in that type of a match. And then perform at a very, very high level. I'm wondering, what are you looking for more than anything when you make a statement like that, and why, make a statement like that more so than anything as well.
Yeah, that statement's. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out who said it. I can't
find.
It's
been said a couple of times. It's been said a couple of times
by the same person.
Yeah.
Asinine, ridiculous, irrelevant, erroneous, ludicrous. All the adjectives. And that's a nice way to put it. Cody Rhodes, because I think that you can attest to this and everything that I've heard and know about this industry. It is so hard to be the quote unquote white meat baby face, the all around good guy, and have the crowd really be fully behind you like they are with Cody Rhodes. So it's a testament to his ability, his wrestling knowledge, and his connection to the fans. You still hear him. He's like, the production guys don't like Cody because he's got to stay to the end of the show to sign all the autographs and take the picture.
You know what? I guess, we need to touch on this too. Another Hall of Famer said that, what R-Truth was doing, we're past that.
In regard to the comedy?
Yeah, as far as R-Truth going out and, doing the comedy gimmick and playing, to the crowd and, just, doing R-Truth. I'm just wondering, what's your take on that?
I mean, if I could copy and paste what I just said about Cody into that, you mean the guy who can always makes himself relevant on the show, makes himself want to be seen all the time, and is in a prominent position because the audience has a connection with him and he knows how to continue to grow on that connection? I mean, what a ridiculous thing. What do you want him to do? What else does this Hall of Famer want to do? What else? Should we go back to the days of Frank Gotch and Ed Strangler Lewis?
My thing is this. R-Truth has been doing this forever.
This has been his gimmick, and he's actually really funny at it.
I mean, he's really, really, as well as he's captivated the crowd with who R-Truth is and what he's doing. And when I hear people say stuff like that, it just, it makes me wonder, because I've always understood what this business was about at the end of the day. All right, I really did. And I was pretty much taking care of my family, entertaining the crowd, giving the crowd some ultimate, rushes, ultimate moments, more than anything. It was never really about me, and I feel like our truth is a guy that's pretty much cut from that same cloth. He goes out and perform, entertain, as well as, more importantly, I think he's thinking about parlaying his success into whatever he's going to be doing next. He's not a guy that's just sitting around thinking about our truth, the character on television. So when I hear stuff like that, and the thing is, I do know that we are past a certain wrestler uh, that we once seen from back in the day. All right, I had to fight through that stigma myself. As far as a promoter, asking me, can I dance? No. I mean, so I get it. I understand it. I feel like we are past that. But our truth, I don't think anybody's asking our truth to dance. Our truth is going out and just being our truth. And the
Being
fans
yourself. Yeah.
love and appreciate our truth more than anything, especially where he is right now. So I just want to bring that up because I didn't want to, not talk about it because we bring up and talk about everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything inside the Hall of Fame.
We have a couple super chats that we need to get to before we wrap the show up today. But if I can say one more thing on our truth and what this anonymous Hall of Famer
Well,
mentioned.
the Hall of Fame, that Hall of Famer was Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash said this
Yeah, couldn't
about
believe
our
it.
truth.
Yeah.
Now Kevin's too
Yeah,
smart.
you know what? And the thing
He's
is,
too smart to say
I mean,
that.
to give Kevin a little bit of credit, I think Kevin was just thinking and talking about more so we are past those type of characters in the business, not per se, more so our truth, should be doing something else because I don't know what do? You just change him. All of a sudden he become, a Harvard guy. I mean, come on. Come on. So I don't know.
Well, look, let me say this first about Kevin Nash. I mean, obviously the guy is a Hall of Famer, earned a spot in the business, has more knowledge than I do, and he's entitled to any opinion that he has. But from my perspective, the three things that I think about when someone says we don't need a character like our truth on the show anymore in wrestling, the three words that come to my mind is it's a show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a show. It's not just about one thing, and there's not one kind of character that you need on it. You need all kinds of characters. And
No,
what our
no,
truth provides,
no.
but what I want to say is what our truth provides has been in every form of entertainment in the history of the planet going back to Shakespeare. It's called comic relief. We all like to have a little laugh.
I get it, and but like I say, in the defense of Kevin, I think Kevin perhaps was talking about not just the character, of our truth being a funny guy, but a black guy playing that character.
Well, that's a different conversation you can have.
Yeah.
But I thought you were in reference to his comedic approach.
No, but I feel like there again, whether it was black guy or white guy, if it was the guy, and that's the guy that we've been watching for the past 15 years, almost 20 years, I wouldn't think that guy would change. Just say, for instance, it was Eugene. Okay,
Right.
Let's just use Eugene for
Right.
an example. I wouldn't expect Eugene to change, just because the times had changed if he was still in the business.
Yeah, I mean the Eugene thing is interesting, but to go to truth, it's like I would see what Kevin was saying if our truth off camera had none of the interest that our truth on camera had, right? If like our truth hated dancing and hated hip hop and didn't want anything associated with it, but then it's like, well, you got to do it. You know what I mean? That's a different
I
story.
get that too. Yeah.
That's a different story. But
Yeah.
our truth is hip hop. Like he loves doing it. I mean, he writes it. He's got songs. You know what I mean? Like this is. I'm saying he's being authentic to the character he portrays.
I feel the same way. But I just thought it was something we needed to touch on just because it was an interesting.
It is an interesting conversation, and I would love to have. We've never had Kevin Nash inside the Hall of Fame. I would love to talk to him.
You know what?
He is a
I
very
think we need to get Kevin inside the Hall of Fame and just talk about issues like that, because I know Kevin is not talking out of malice or anything like that. I know that. You know what I mean? So that's why I brought his name up, and this may spark a little bit of interest. The sites might pick it up, and we can get Kevin inside the Hall of Fame. We can talk about it seriously.
No, yeah, and again, he has his unique perspective, and again, I'm not trying to belittle it, but I see it differently. I just see it differently.
Yeah, we gotta
This
go.
comes from John JID 999. Was watching the Next Gen series and noticed William Regal was out there on the field. What role does he now play in NXT in terms of a mentor?
I was just talking to William Regal just this past week, and he's still a guy that's making money moves. Let's just say that. I don't want to give away his role, and he had not already spoke about something like that. His title. I don't want to give away a title, but I can tell you he's very, very instrumental in the young guys and the young guys that's coming up and making it to the next level. I can say that.
Yeah, I think that I mean, William Regal, his pedigree speaks for itself, right? Of what he's been able to.
He's still working. He's still working. Yeah,
and he's still doing it.
Yeah.
This comes from Loso Dolo. NXT Battleground has the potential to be the PLE of the year. Again, that's going to emanate June the 9th from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
I know you're looking forward to that. There's some stuff that's like, that we know might be coming up that hasn't, fully been out there yet. Nothing official, I should say. But from what I'm seeing, yeah, it's got a lot of potential.
Hey, man, first of all, we're going to be in the Apex. That's going to be the one thing that's going to be different. I'm sure that the guys, the young guys, the young girls, they're going to be so excited to get to Vegas. This is going to be like a major, major deal, PLE for these guys. So for me, I'm excited to get to Vegas. I'm always excited to get to Vegas. As well as this will be my first time visiting the Apex. So it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm sure the adrenaline factor is going to weigh in just because we are in Vegas near the Strip. So yeah, man, stick around. Stay tuned. To be continued. It's going to be damn good. But we got to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. Brad for the heavy lifting, as always. But right now, man, like I always say, peace. We love you guys. Until next time, we out.